In this lesson, we are going to learn how to add links on your HTML. We all know what links are. We use them daily via searching something on Google or just by using social media. Without links, there would be no World Wide Web. It's what connects one piece of content to the other. A link in HTML is a clickable piece of text or image that takes you from one page to another page. So, before we begin, here's one piece of note. See, there are two types of links. The first type of link is the one which takes us to other pages within our own website, which is also sometimes called an inbound link. And the other type of link is that link which takes you to a location outside of your website to another location on the web or website. This is called an outbound link. So we are going to start creating the links, but before that, we must give our current page a title because we might get confused with our reference page and our current page because right now we're filling up the content and it looks exactly the same. So this title document, I'm going to change it and I'm going to call it current page. So we know that this is the page that we're currently working on, and the other one is the reference page. All right, so let's start creating our link. So in this page, what we're going to do is we're going to give a link to the name of that featured model, Eliza Sokolov. That takes us to a page of a random model on Pinterest. So to create a link, we use the anchor tag, and the anchor tag is written with just a simple A. So the A tag is basically, the A stands for anchor tag. So out here we have created our tag, the element, anchor element, and inside the anchor element, we are going to add an attribute. And this attribute is called the href attribute. The href attribute in anchor tag stands for hypertext reference. It tells the browser where the link should go when clicked. Now inside the href, we are actually going to add the link for where it should take us to. So in this case, we want to create an outbound link. To give you an example of an outbound link, if I create a link which takes me probably to a model's Pinterest profile or Angelina Jolie's Facebook profile, that is, if she has one, then that would be an outbound link. So out here, I have just taken a random model's Pinterest profile, and I'm going to take this link to add in our HTML page as the outbound link. So out here, I'm just going to paste this link. There we go, we're done. But this is actually not enough because we're not going to notice anything that has changed on our HTML page. We also have to add the anchor text, and that text goes between the anchor tags. So out here, I am going to mention the name Eliza Sokolov because I want that name to have that link. So basically, Eliza Sokolov has a link to her personal page, but of course out here we have just added a random model's Pinterest profile. But this is how we are going to practice adding the hyperlinks. So I'm just going to select the extra name and just going to delete it and refresh the page. And there we go. So Eliza Sokolov has a link now, and if you click on that link, it takes you to the Pinterest page of the random model that we had selected. So what I also want you guys to see is when we did click the link, it opened on the same tab. And that can be quite annoying. Like I have to now go back. But what I would really like to actually get away from this annoyance is that when I do click on the link, it should take me to a new tab. So for that, we are going to give this special attribute called target dash. And we are also going to create, we're going to give it the value of blank, underscore blank. So target dash and the value of underscore blank. So what this will do is when we click on the link, it will take us, it'll create a new tab and it'll take us to that link on a new tab. So which is quite, I feel this is a better way to sort of create links because I don't want our current information to be disappeared on the same tab. This is actually really, really convenient. All right, so now we are going to move on the second type of links, which I call the inbound links. The inbound links, as I mentioned earlier, should open within the website. It should be a page inside our own website. So as we saw under the Aura Talent Agency, there was the navigation bar, the home, featured models, etc. All these little links were there. So how do we create those links which are going to be our inbound links? So under the H1 tag, the heading of Aura Talent Agency, we are going to create our navigation links. But I also want to add some kind of section out here which tells me these are navigation links because the code has gotten too big. So I'm going to show you how to comment out a sentence so that it is not included as a code inside. So for that, we add a less than exclamation and dash dash mark. But we also have to close it. See, the whole thing has now gotten commented out, the whole code. So we have nothing underneath. So just to close the whole comment out, we have to add dash dash again and a more than arrow. I mean, sorry, it looks like an arrow. It's a greater than symbol. So that is how you comment out a particular sentence. So now this thing which we've written navbar links. So I know that this section is going to be our navbar links. So now underneath, I can easily start creating those navbar links. And when I do revisit the code, then I know that on this particular section, we have the navbar links, and underneath that, we have the images of these beautiful models. So let's go ahead and start creating those links. So we have the home, featured models, contact, and the blog. So we have to create 4 links. So let's go ahead. We already know how to create the link, which is through an anchor tag. So we're going to create our anchor tag, and then we are going to give it the attribute of href. And inside that, we are going to add the link. But out here, since we haven't created any new pages, I just want to create a link for now, which doesn't take us anywhere. So how do we do that? So there's a great trick for that. What we can do is we can add a simple hashtag over here. So it'll still act as a link without it taking us anywhere. So when we do create a new page, we can just simply insert the link over there. But for now, we're just going to create a simple hashtag so that we know that it's a clickable piece of text. So I've copy pasted the 4 anchor tags, and I'm just going to give it the appropriate names for each of our links, which is the featured models, the contact us, and the blog. So I'm just going to change that as well, the blog. There we have it. So let's see. Yeah, perfect. So we have our home, featured models, contact, and blog. And of course, when you click on them, nothing happens, and that is because we have added the hashtag over there. So yeah, that's perfect. So let's go ahead, and what we are actually going to do now is basically create a featured models page and then remove that hashtag to add that link to the featured model inbound link. So whenever we do click on the featured models text, it takes us to the page which is associated with that particular link. All right, so the way that we create a new page is by right-clicking, we create a new file over here, and we are going to call it featured models .html. So let me just type that correctly first. Featured models .html. And there we go. So we now have another HTML page, which is going to be our new page. So we are going to create our featured models page over here. So simple thing, again, as I taught you, a shortcut, click exclamation mark and tab, and then you have the HTML document structure, which is created automatically. Now, what I want to do out here is I want to fill that particular page with some kind of content. So what we are actually going to do is we are actually going to copy the content from the featured model on our main page, including the links. We just have the link right now, and yeah, some text. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy it in our body tag on our new page. And we're doing so that our new page is not completely blank and has some piece of content over there. So yeah, I am just going to click on featured models, but yeah, nothing happens right now because we still haven't attached that link. As I told you earlier, we have to remove this hashtag. And now we can add our new file path over here. So I'm just going to remove this hashtag, and I'm going to click on featured models.html. And there we go. I think the link is created now. So there we go. So now when I do click on this link, particular link, it should take me to that new page of featured models with the name of the model and the little text, which is the audio intro written over there. But now there's one more sort of an error which I see out here is that how do we go back? You know, for this we'll literally have to click the back button, but that isn't a good navigation system. What this new page should technically have is the navigation bar links over here as well, so that we can easily navigate inside our own website efficiently. So I'm just going to copy the navigation links and paste it over here as well. So now we have our navigation links on this page as well. And for the home, I am going to take out the hashtag. Sorry, I'm changing the text by mistake. I'm going to take out the hashtag and add the index.html, which is our main page. That is the path which I'm going to add for the home. So now if I click on home, it's taken me to the main page. If I click on the featured model, it takes me to the featured model page. Pretty cool, right? But if we also check our reference page that we're trying to make, if we click on the featured models there, here it also displays the video of that beautiful model along with the audio introduction. The audio bar is also present out here, and it creates a beautiful display. But since we haven't learned yet how to place a video and an audio onto our site, we're going to keep this page very simple with just the name of the model and some piece of text. And of course, the link which takes us to a random page on Pinterest of a random beautiful model. Of course, when you do click on that link, it takes us to a different tab to this particular page. Yeah, beautiful model, isn't she?